Jets, Jets. Welcome back to Train of Thoughts. My name is Trey, and this is where I share my thoughts on the Winnipeg Jets. Jets played an awesome game tonight. They beat the Edmonton Oilers officially 1-0 in a shootout, which means that there was no goals scored in regulation or overtime. But since they won the shootout, they get credit for a goal. Dare I say, best performance of the year. They just looked good tonight. I know that they didn't score any goals. I know that they didn't score on the power play. But the effort was awesome tonight. And it wasn't like they didn't have great chances on both 5-on-5, power play, 3-on-3, and overtime. They just looked really good. I don't know if it was because they had an extra day off where they hadn't played since Thursday, or if they were just starting to click, or if it's because they got ramped up for playing the Oilers and the tandem of Draisaitl and McDavid, or McDavid and Draisaitl. But the effort was awesome, and you could tell right away that they had their legs underneath them. Right away, seeing Laine going hard after pucks and finishing checks and stuff like that was like, man, if he's clicking right off the bat, that's a good sign. So when you look at individual performers, I mean, you don't have anybody that put up huge point games, but goaltending was the story. Connor Hellebuck was the number one star of the game, getting credit for 28 save shutouts. Mike Smith on the Edmonton side was also credited with a shutout since he didn't technically give up any goals. And that was on 23 shots. And then in the shootout, how that went down, if you didn't see it, Edmonton missed. Kyle Connor scored on the Jets' first chance. Connor McDavid missed, and then Laine buried one to win the game. So when McDavid missed, I said, "Come on, guys! You got these guys by the neck. Finish it." So it was nice that game didn't drag on for an extra round or go 6 rounds or something like that. So great win. Congratulations to Coach Paul Maurice for his 700th career win. It's an awesome achievement. Great coach. He's been around for a long time to win 700 games. So congrats on that. Some of the other things to take from the game, if you want to look at the offensive side, the new line pairing that everyone was talking about before the game, with Brian Little coming back in for his first game this season, was since he was going up to the second line, then Andrew Kopp was going to get put on the third line back with his buddy Adam Lowry, and then they moved Jack Roslovic to that line too. So in the past couple of years when we had Brandon Tanev, there was the TLC line, Tanev, Lowry, Kopp, and that clicked really well and was really good at going up against the other team's top line and making things happen. And that line, it took them a little bit to get going, but Lowry and Kopp have such great chemistry, and this gave Jack Roslovic a chance to show off a lot of his skills, and he was rewarded with being the third star of the game, even though he didn't score. So they looked good, and that's going to be really fun to see that line progress. And if that line can, become a weapon or be dynamic, that's going to be a huge boost for this team. Especially, I know that the focus is that this will help them to crack down defensively when those guys are on the ice. To especially go up against top lines, you're expected to keep those guys off the board when you're doing a third line against a a top line, because the third line probably isn't going to have the scoring prowess that the other team's top line is going to, but hopefully those guys can help keep them off the board and take some pressure off of the Jets' top line. So mission accomplished tonight. Hopefully we can build off this. I know some people might get bored or whatever if we won every game 1-0 in a shootout, but I told my wife, I said, I will take this. I'll take more of these from the Jets. The defense looked awesome. I haven't even talked about that, really. The defense looked outstanding. There was some times where Edmonton had some pretty sustained offensive pressure, and they were able to weather a storm. Hellebuck did his part. The defenseman Pionk looked great. Morrissey looked great. Tucker Poolman, he committed a penalty, but we weren't scored upon. But he did that to prevent Connor McDavid from trying to make a play. So it ended up working out okay. He looked really good tonight. That's another thing, speaking of penalties. The Jets killed both of their shorthanded chances to tonight. So that was good. The Jets came in just a little bit over 50% on their penalty kill. Ranked dead last in the NHL, which I wasn't really surprised on. But one of the great things that the Jets have done, as maligned as their defense has been, is they don't commit that many penalties. So that takes pressure off of off the whole team in general, and especially guys like Connor Hellebuck. And so it was nice to see those guys perform. Hopefully they can gel as a unit and learn from this adversity and climb up those rankings pretty quickly. So I'm trying to think if there's anything that I missed. I wrote down a bunch of notes here. Think I've covered pretty much everything. Excited to see how the Jets look moving forward. But this is a game that they can hopefully build off of, especially defensively. Like Connor Hellebuck is looking, I think, over the wins that he's had this year and the strong performances, he's looked more consistent than he did last year. For the defense to be able to clamp down tonight and not give up a goal is awesome. When the Jets took it to overtime, I didn't want to say anything, but it was like I'm happy with a point. With the way that we've been playing, with how many goals that we've been giving up, to go 0-0 to overtime against a pretty powerful offense, we'll take it. But I didn't want to say anything because we need that extra point if we want to be a contender and a playoff team this year. So there's that. I also didn't even talk about how the Jets had a goal disallowed because they scored and then it was challenged by Edmonton and they won because they were slightly offsides. Mark Scheifele was a hair in front of the play. So that's what I have. What did you guys think? I know this has got to be a relief to see a performance like that from the Jets. I will take this over a 5-4 win. I know the 5-4 wins are more exciting and there might be more highlight reels, but I'll take the 5-4 wins too. But to have your defense play like that when we know the weapons that we have on offense, and man, did they have some good looks tonight. Even though they got outshot, they had better looks. So with that, light up that comment section with your thoughts. If you like this video, as always, hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit subscribe. Help me to get to 100 subscribers. And I will look forward to talking to you again real soon. Have a great night.